Hi everybody, it's Pinky. I was watching a video by a user named Barstowmomma, and she was talking about the mind of a foster parent, and it made me remember my job that I held for several years, and I was a foster care worker for the state in which I live in. I really wanted to say that persons like her, first of all, I really admire them because I know that it's no easy task to taking a child that is not yours, that may or may not come with a lot of extra baggage. I mean, loads of it. And she will tell you as well as I that, you know, no matter what a parent has done to their children or in order to lose their children, there's nothing like a child longing for their natural parents. And that is a very big adjustment that especially the older foster children who enter the system have to undertake. But also I wanted to say specifically on this topic what it's like to be a foster care worker, which also is a job that along the lines of what she said, it's something that your person cannot go into for the money, because it is no money. Basically, you are on the bottom rung of the ladder as far as employment in those kinds of social services settings are concerned. I entered that field straight out of college, and I was green as the grass. I had no idea, and when I went into it, I thought I was going to save the world. You know, I just had the attitude and opinion that I was going to help people and do as much as I can to help better these situations that people come into, some by choice and some by circumstance. I don't blame every person who has lost their children to the system. A lot of those persons get their children back. And there's also a large percentage who never ever retain their children and receive them back into their own homes. But as a foster care worker, I have seen so many things, and it's just so difficult to sort that out in your mind when you're doing that job. Yes, you're there to do a job and you have a job to do, but any person who is human, I believe, and not a robot, you have feelings for these individuals, because you get people who are at a very low point in their lives and they are hurting. The parents are hurting, the children are hurting. No matter what the circumstance is, you can have situations where perhaps a mother, her children were taken because a boyfriend or a live-in relative had abused the children either sexually or otherwise, and they were unaware of it. Then you have those who knew what was going on, but they themselves were afraid to confront this individual because this individual could have been physically assaulting them as well. You don't know. And then you have the ones who have gotten into drugs and other sorts of things. Then you just have some people who are, for lack of a better term, straight up nasty. And their homes and their environments are not conducive for living, let alone having children in those environments, and they need a little bit of help in bringing those standards back up. Being poor is not, to me, an excuse for being nasty. There's a difference. There are a lot of people who live with less monies and their environments are still clean and healthy, although they might have landlords who have not fixed their homes and things like that. And those situations are workable, but there are some people who just got shit everywhere in their house, you know, which is a hazard or a danger. But back to the foster care worker mindset thing, I saw many workers who were cold-hearted bitches, and I think that those persons, if they weren't that way before, they had to become that way or build a barrier around themselves in order to shield themselves from all of the reality that they saw, so that they can wake up every day and still have a smile on their face. because quite frankly, it's very, very difficult to smile when all you see is pain and misery. And for those who don't know what it's like to go to work every day and have to experience the pain and misery and suffering of people, you won't really understand where I'm coming from on that. But like I said, if you have a heart, you cannot help but have some of that penetrate you, and you cannot help but have it make you, first of all, grateful and respect what you have as an individual, and then also become angry and offended at all of the injustice that goes on in the world all at the same time. And those persons who become bitter throughout that process, or see that the system itself is failing, or that they have not really been an instrument or a effective person to solicit change in these people's lives, they build this wall around themselves, and they just come off as very hard-nosed. They don't want to hear anything that you have to say. It's by the book. Here's the papers. I'll call you in the morning. I don't give a damn about this. I don't give a damn about that. You can leave 100,000 messages on their voicemails. They'll never call you back. And it's just a matter of those people, basically shutting out the world, and they're just there because they don't feel like they can go get another job, or they've put in many, many years and they cannot see, transferring those skills over to another job and making what they were making at that job at that point. There's many reasons that I have seen for people coming that way. And then, like I said, some people just straight up mean. They were mean before they got the job, and they'll be mean after they have the job, and there's no excuse for that.